The party has prepared the best they could, made their way towards Whitestone, and through some bit of infiltration and subterfuge, managed to sneak into the city itself. They, under the guise of Scanlan's seeming illusion, appeared to be as common folk as the rest of the poor saps that still live in Whitestone. They scoped out an abandoned tavern, which they fitted to their needs as kind of a base of operations. The party retreating back to the tavern, set up for the remainder of the afternoon. Keyleth carved through her druidic magical ways through the ground to find some of the roots of the sun tree and began preparing an extensive, time-consuming ritual in hopes of restoring some semblance of life to the entity itself. So, that is where we left off.
Do you need me to get water?
Yeah, let's get some water.
I'm gonna go out into the street and I'm gonna find water.
I can show you where there's water.
You can?
What?
I've lived here my whole life.
Are you guys disguised?
Yeah, we all
Yes.
are. We all are.
They're still technically under your seeming
Okay,
spell for
yeah.
the next few hours at least.
Percival, do you want to come upstairs to the window and
coming.
point, oh, you're coming too? All right.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go. You're my son. Let's go.
Should we scout around and see if there's anything else around the hideout?
We could check the temples to maybe see if we could maybe find some support to begin with. If we have just enough time, I'd like to try to go to the temple in the cemetery. Leave maybe Grog and Vex to guard Keyleth.
Okay. So there are two temples in here. There's the temple to Pelor, which is known as the Zenith within the graveyard.
The Zenith is the one I wanted to go to.
What's the other one?
The other one is called the Ladies' Chamber. It's a temple of Arrakis.
Sounds fun.
But I don't know anybody there.
I might.
And then
That's why I'm afraid they might know you, so no.
the Ladies' Chamber, this temple to Arathis, is more central to the city and is partially a courtyard, partially like a half-dome kind of an amphitheater almost place of worship. All right, so we have two folks staying to the shadow as best they can in broad daylight in a clustered city, and one child-looking
Peasant.
pauper of a boy wandering through the city alone towards the graveyard. So, the three of you dart off into the woods, kind of skirting the outside of the road, but making your way, following it to the outside of the graveyard itself. You do see a little ways ahead, in the center of this this open, barren area, there is a stone temple that has, from what little you can see, a bit of stained glass pattern to it.
All right, Papa, let's go.
You go to the doors of the temple. As you tug on the handle at the front, it gives very, very little to you.
Like a civilized person.
And you give a little more of a tug on it, not enough to gather attention, but just enough to really see if it's just stuck or if it's locked. And it appears that the doors are not opening.
And I look.
Thank you. This is what he does.
This is what I do. This is an old type of lock. Hold on.
There is no lock, actually.
There's no lock. Oh, but I rolled a natural 20. Does that help me get to the door?
Suddenly a lock appears. Utterly pickable.
Utterly pickable. This is the most pickable lock I've ever seen.
There is no lock.
Pull out an Amex.
It is barred from the other side. There is some heavy wooden plank that is currently set on the other side of the door.
Where's a Grog when you need him? Yeah.
So, with your expertise in these sort of circumstances, you know that with proper placement of a long blade and enough strength and weight put at the right fulcrum point, you can probably shimmy it off, and it may take a little bit of teamwork to do so.
Okay, who's got it? Mine are all very small. Did you have a short sword? I remember you having a short sword.
Everything I have is short.
Actually,
I can just go in there and open it from the inside.
Oh, right. I always forget.
Would you?
It's not concentration, so I can just jump in there. Okay, before I do, why are we trying to get in here? I thought it was to meet people. I don't think there's anyone in there.
I would like to find out what happened.
Okay, good enough for me. I go in.
Okay.
All right, how big is this thing that's keeping the door shut?
It's about 8 feet wide, about a foot, 8 feet long, about a foot wide, and about 6 inches thick. Big old piece of just wooden board.
Couple hundred pounds?
Percival,
100
you were
pounds?
about to say that you have a
Say
bar or
probably
something?
weighs about
I do have a blade. I've never used
40,
it for
50
anything.
pounds. It's
40,
just-
50 pounds?
It's wood. It's
And
porous.
how high off the ground? Could I touch it? Could I lift
You can touch it. It gets to about your head a little higher.
All right, I'm going to try to lift it off.
Go ahead and make a strength check. Athletics. Make this athletics.
Athletics?
This
Not good. 12.
Oh, it's not bad.
from this position, it's not even budging.
Oh no.
Right, Scanlan,
Yo, oi!
step back from the door a couple of paces. I'm going to stick a blade through the doors.
It's not going to do much. There's a big, heavy, heavy thing. Heavy thing.
I'm going to hold on one side, you're going to hold on the other, and we'll do it together. Alright, Scanlan, grab some rags or something, wrap it around the blade. You're going to lift on your side, we're going to lift on this side.
I get the sharp side?
I can't get the handle through the crack in the door.
All right. I feel like there's some sort of spell I could use. All right, let's just do it your way.
You got that big beast hand? Is that interfere?
Yeah, I've got like a million things I could do,
Are
but
any of
let's
them
do it this way.
concentration spells?
That's the thing, right?
Big beast, probably concentration, but I've also got a potion of strength.
Well, no, seeming isn't concentration.
I thought it was.
No, you just cast it and it lasts for 8 hours.
Oh, never mind
so
then.
You don't
If you
need to
wanna-
worry about that.
No. I want to follow this through. Let's do this.
Let's keep going.
Alright, can we lift it together?
We can try.
Alright.
Okay.
This is
All
the
right.
most
Count of
engineering
three.
thing we've ever done.
So this is going to be the three of you as a skill challenge. I want all three of you to roll, not athletics, just a straight strength roll.
1, 2,
So roll d20.
Three.
Add your
16.
Plus strength. 12. Wait, did you get a 4? 4! We're the worst. We're the weakest. Oh, I cut my hand. Oh!
Which is exactly what happens, actually.
Big B's hand. Big B's hand.
I'm gonna take damage.
First and foremost, you take 4 points of slashing damage
course
to your
I
hand. You pull back, and there's a line of blood now. You're
Damn
gonna
it,
drip off your
people.
hand, and you kind of shake it amongst yourself.
Send all the big strong men.
Oh, I
Can't
can't say
open the door.
goddammit in here. I'm in Pelor's. sorry, Pelor? Is
Let's
that
use
Pelor,
the
yeah.
sword. I want to see
God
how
bless
this plays out.
Gesundheit, Pelor.
Man.
Man, all right. Well, geez, Louise.
Whip out the purple hand, man.
Seems like overkill. What about just a thunder wave? Can I do that?
Certainly.
All right.
Throwing everything we've got
Does
at
it
the
only
store.
affect living things, or does it affect?
Wait. Scanlan, are there any windows in
They
there?
said the window was broken.
Oh, there are windows. Good call. Good call.
It's a blast of thunderous energy in an area. It would affect living and non-living matter. Yes.
Hold on, this is stupid.
Are you sure?
We're going to the window.
Stupid.
We're going to the window.
No. Let's carry this out.
No, we're going to the window. Please do not destroy the temple.
3 hours later, we're still trying to open the door.
It's not even locked. It's just heavy-ish.
Yeah, I can Big V's hand it. I'll just
Which
Big
way
V's
to the
hand
window? I
he's
can
gonna
walk in
crawl.
the
There's a
window.
window. It's up there. You can make it, but
I could probably
Percy
lift
can't.
the door bar from inside.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you could probably.
With your help, son.
Yeah, but I could blast it. It'd be very dramatic.
Let's save that for later. Important
All right,
stuff. All right,
fine.
so
You leap off that wall onto the a small pillar that's holding the side of the window, and then up through the broken portion of the stained glass landing, 3-point landing on the inside. You almost land in one of the shattered piles of wooden pews with splinters and jagged pieces of wood sticking out. It's about a foot away from you, and you're like, oh, that was close. You see Scanlan across the way. You see the altar to your right.
Hey, oi! Your stupid idea cut my hand.
builds character. You want to help me lift this thing?
With my good hand.
Come on,
yes.
shorty.
All right. Have both you guys make strength checks.
All right.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna get some assistance. I call my unseen servant to assist.
Okay.
He's gonna lift with us.
Simon, with the brief burst of wind energy, a shimmering form, somewhat humanoid in shape, but still amorphous, appears
Hi, Daryl.
and begins to shove itself up against the bottom of the wooden bar. So make a check as well.
Well, that was a 6. Is that for me?
That's for you, and then roll and add 5 for your unseen servant.
Okay, so 5 extra to that is 11. Right? No?
Roll again and add 5.
Oh, I see.
You got a 6.
4. So that's 9.
The three of you, one mystically summoned from a plane beyond your own, cannot seem to budge this single wooden door. You've defeated beholders. You've slaughtered Ithilin underneath the Underdark, deep in the belly of the planet. But this door bests you.
Man, Lauren Travis ain't missing shit.
All right, I'm doing it. Step back.
Whip out the hand.
All right, I summon Bigby's hand, the mightiest hand that will ever unlock a door, ever. Bigby's hand!
This giant, glimmering purple fist appears in your vicinity. You just reaches over and it grabs the bottom of it. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh my god.
Come on.
12
Plus 8 to it.
plus 8, 20.
How do you want to do this?
One of its fingers just goes, and it,
With one finger?
the door
Overkill.
opens up, and Percy stands there looking not
Was
very
it
happy.
overkill? Because really, it took that.
It took 3 spells
It's
to
exactly
open this door. 3
It's
spells.
not overkill if you use what it took.
3 spells, and I injured myself.
We took damage from an inanimate object. Oh God!
Vox Machina.
All right,
Get it out of our system now.
Welcome, Percy.
Oh God! All right, I'm looking around. I'm taking in the damage. How anything that I notice is particularly out of whack from the last time I was here. Other than them upgrading the locks, apparently.
You both, as you kind of approach the far side of the temple towards the altar, you notice the brazier to the right is smoldering ever so gently. Just a very just a very, very faint glow of ember to it.
What's the matter?
Raynal.
Who? Raynal.
Father Raynal?
Oh.
Father Raynal! Let's check one of the doors.
You do also notice underneath the brazier there is one sliver of paper that was not wholly burned.
Paper.
Without sufficient magical essence, the distillation has proven to consistently fail. A shame, really. I shall seek an influx of materials elsewhere before I can continue this project. Regarding the weapon, after a year of taking notes from eyewitness accounts, my original designs were faulty and recently cost me my hand. The wind of fortune has seen a shift, it seems, as Silas just returned from Imon. Having encountered the still-living subject and had the pleasure of seeing his work firsthand, his unnatural eyes took in much detail. I believe his observations have brought me to the brink of finishing my design. I intend to journey from Whitestone within a couple of months to gather the components needed. But if Delilah's hunch is correct, the subject is heading here. I may find myself needing to leave sooner than anticipated.
Ooh.
They're trying to copy your work.
Copy.
Why?
For war.
We're just
Well, we
gonna-
know we're looking for someone without a hand.
To do what?
To find out who's trying to copy my work, and
It's someone who's working with Silas, right?
yes. Let's check the rest of the temple.
Yes.
Door on the right
Going with.
opens up into what was Father Reinald's room. As the door opens, you're immediately hit with the terrible smell of decay. And you can see, kind of shoved under the bed that first appears on the opposite side of the small room, what appears to be the remains of Father Reinald, long past and kind of left to fester beneath his bed. Your ears catch a faint, distant sound like a strong wind pushing through a mountain pass. This like low, mournful wail type sound.
What's that?
No wind is moving. There is a stillness to the
Stepping
air.
back into the darkest shadows I can see here.
As you guys kind of take in this sense, the sound, it gets louder and louder. At which point, the air itself gets colder and colder. As you kind of nervously exhale, you can see your breath becoming visible in the air around you. And as that moaning tends to grow louder and louder, you can see this shimmer at the doors that are open on the opposite side of the room. It looks like a woman, a form of a woman, but translucent in nature, just drifting in, giving off the horrible sound as it drifts in, and you see it looking around, and it's just the features are gaunt as it gets closer. It looks elven by racial nature, but the eyes are just these sunken, faintly glowing sockets. The hair kind of wild and matted and floating behind it, its hands kind of reaching out. And as it gets partway through the temple, it looks like it's seeking something. And then its eyes fall directly on you two.
I'm throwing a dagger right now.
No!
Let's go ahead.
What if he was a good guy?
Banshee, man.
What if it's a good banshee?
You guys are up on the altar there.
You built, like, you were so prepared for me to go to the temple that you built it?
I built the whole city because I didn't know where you guys were going to go.
Jesus,
The whole city, but
He does
places
have
of
a
interest.
pile of maps over there.
Shh, don't look at it.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
The creature now swoops up to the center of you three and gives out this horrible, this wailing scream that just bursts out in the air. You feel like the wind push you back, and all of you feel like for a moment you're staring at your own death.
They'll get him, don't worry.
I need all three of you guys to roll Constitution saving throws. Okay. Both of you guys, you feel this chilling burst of spiritual energy blast through your soul, and you each take 14 points of psychic damage. Percy, however, as you look at it, it seems like this blast actually forces the soul from your body momentarily. You immediately drop to 0 hit points and are unconscious.
Ah! But no! No, he can't. Oh god. Oh god.
So, with that, you just see Percy just eyes roll back and then collapse into the floor like a pile of cold bones. Out. Scanlan, you move back.
Okay, and then I can, as a bonus action, I still get a bonus. I will heal him, this doofus here.
Okay.
I didn't do anything!
Healing word.
Okay, yeah.
So go ahead and
I'm
roll.
bringing health points back. Yeah. Those motherfuckers don't know how to act. Yeah. Oh, that's all I got. Take it to the root.
So 7 hit points. You're conscious, but you're still on the ground, face down, kind of, loosely fallen over the
I
step.
don't get my
of-
turn until next round.
Correct. The creature now is going to drift up to the unconscious form, or the now conscious form of Percy. It's going to swipe at you with its corrupting touch. Since you're prone, it has advantage on the attack. That'll be a 20 to hit. What's your AC?
God damn it.
18, okay. As its hand reaches down and passes through, as you just come to conscious and you start getting yourself up, you look up and feel this cold sensation as its hand reaches through your back and seems to almost grasp your spine. Your whole body lurches from the impact. You take 12 points of necrotic damage.
I'm back to 0.
That's 2.
No.
No, he got-
It starts over.
It does?
Yeah. I'm back to 0.
I don't know, really.
What's up?
If
Does
he
he
dies
start
once,
over
comes
with-
back and dies again, is that 2? Is that
No. He has to fail his death saves.
Unconscious. So
be
he's
it.
starting over.
I
with
just
his
woke up
death
and went,
save.
"Nyah!" and
Yeah.
Okay.
passed back out again.
Fuck. I'll cast Bigby's hand at 6th level then.
Okay.
Has that ever been done?
I don't have any more 5th level slots, so I'm just gonna make it even bigger.
Alrighty.
I'm going to bitch slap it, but the forceful hand.
As the hand shoves towards the creature.
It takes no damage for that.
In the forceful hand, it doesn't. No. There's grasping hand and the
Heard it.
clenched
It's just
fist.
gonna come
you do.
back.
All right, so then I'll just hit it. I'll just hit
Okay.
it hard.
So you bitch slap it.
Yes.
Physically hard.
Yes.
Clench fist. Go ahead and make a spell attack.
24,
24.
even at 6th level, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
As that happens, the fist clenches and wham! Bitch slaps the back of the wailing ghost creature. As it does, you hear it scream out in pain as its spectral form is scattered across the air and dissipates. The whale echoes.
What?
Oh, thank God.
I think you smashed
Did
it.
it.
Killed it.
Crushed it.
But I'm so little and wee.
Lift yourself up for a victory lap.
Yes, I lift myself up with Big Baby's hand. That's a great idea.
You toss yourself a couple times.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, Percy's unconscious.
Percy.
No, I've got 4 healing potions. I pour. It's the not the best. It's a greater healing.
Fine.
So it's 4d4 plus 4.
Glug a glug glug glug.
Now here's the question: is do we leave them a sign that we're here, or do we hope that they don't notice?
Well, let's leave them a sign. We're supposed to be sowing discontent, right? So let's leave a sign that someone was here and fucked up their shit. Do you want me to pee on the altar?
No.
I take my dagger, and I go to the altar. I start. Would you hand me that scrap of paper? Yeah.
Oh, this is our sign?
So I
It's
start
our... Here.
carving this.
show it to
Is this
the
Pelor?
This is not Pelor. It's part of the crest of Derola.
Okay.
The Rolos are back!
Okay, so I just start scraping it into the stone with
But
the
it is a
dagger.
form of the Pelor.
And it gives us a horrible screeching sound as you carve into this well-polished stone surface that's used predominantly for worship, or when it was. But given about 5-10 minutes in, you manage to scrape a design into it that is visually distinct against the smooth surface, and does match the design, best to your ability, that person.
I would also like to drag Father Reinald out of his room
Okay.
and put him at the pedestal.
Okay. You continue your path back to the tavern, where the rest of you are waiting. The sun has now set, night has taken the sky, and Keyleth is on the verge of completing her ritual. Keyleth,
Yeah.
you finally complete your ritual. Sweat pouring down your brow. You have your hand on the roots.
Can I do something real quick for my final, for the last
Little
final,
extra drama?
Little extra drama. So as I kind of complete the ritual, kind of remembering that Pelor and this is like a sun tree, I'm going to cast my 6th level sunbeam spell. Kind of one more of this. I'm finishing the plant growth with the last big
at
essence.
Underground.
I'm underground.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to take my sunbeam and kind of wrap it up with my druid goodness and shove it in the tree.
You're
Shove
gonna,
that sunbeam
you're gonna
in.
shove it where the sun don't shine.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know if it's going to work or not.
You just shoved it where the sun
I
don't
hope it
shine.
didn't spend 8
Okay,
hours.
roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
I'm so nervous. Okay, alright.
Natural 20.
alright.
Easy. Easy.
Natural 20.
Or a 6.
Oh no. But my wisdom's not bad, so 12? Oh.
Wow.
You complete the ritual and release the healing energy of your plant growth spell. As you release it, you begin to concentrate on the sun ray and you begin to see throughout the pieces of earth around you, seeds quickly begin to germinate and small little bits of ivy or greenery begin to pierce out from parts of the earth
Oh, dear
in your immediate
God.
vicinity,
Oh,
as this affects a large radius.
That's good.
There does not appear to be any sort of immediate reaction by the tree. You begin to pull back and concentrate on the spell. You release the sunbeam forward in the frustration of the lack of reaction from the tree and the desperation to make sure some effect happens. You release the full force of the beam as opposed to the recoil aspect, and you burst into some of the roots, blasting some of them apart and beginning to set flame to part of the under of the tree.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Cool story.
There's a bucket of water
Bro.
next to you. Bucket of water.
Put it
You guys
out.
hear this?
That's right in front of.
Yeah, you're
I
like-
pulled out one of my cloaks in my bag and start trying to put out the flames. Keelan, what is that? Was that supposed to happen? Is that good? Was this good? Should I stop? I keep putting out the flames.
You put out the flames, and you notice where the fire had kind of burned aspects of the wood. There is the black char marks across the roots where the flames touched, and the area surrounding the root is a little more of a vibrant brown color, almost like a little hint of life seemed to have seeped into the root.
Oh my god.
It expands for a moment, and you can see a little bit of life return to that localized section of the tree.
I kind of like starting a fire.
Like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
As you're watching her do this, and you're
Can
like,
I kind of like druid craft, like be like, come on!
as you do, still like these bits of kind of ivy greenery, this long embedded seeds through years and years and like generations of earth layering in here. These long dormant seeds are starting to come to life and kind of spring through the earth around you. The expansion of this, the healthier portion of the root begins to spread, and then stops spreading. And you begin to notice all the greenery begins to immediately wither and crumple and turn to ash. And you watch as the vibrant aspect of the roots slowly drain from the bottom up, like something is pulling the life force out of the roots. The pattern of decay that followed your initial attempt at reviving this vicinity all had a very distinct downward motion of drain. There was something about the ground, something beneath the tree and where you are that is seemingly taking the life force from the surroundings.
Oh my god, what if the vampire thing is right underneath us?
I'm sorry I couldn't fix the tree, you guys.
We learned a lot.
We even did that awesome fire thing at the end. That was really, really cool.
Thanks. I was afraid I was gonna like permanently kill it for a second.
When we know it's not dead, that it's just tainted.
Guys, I just want to say that I killed a door and a banshee, so
Really?
yeah.
Nice, Scanlan.
You killed
The
a
door was harder to kill.
That's some door.
Well,
It's okay. I think I figured out what we have to do first.
What do we have to do first?
I think we have to kill Kyrian Stonefell.
who's that? Who?
It's the one that he's the one managing all of the goods and all of the farming.
Is that who they were talking about today?
Yes.
The group?
Where
Sakarian.
is he at?
Oh, Sakurian. I thought they said something else.
Kyrian Stonefell.
Kyrian.
He's in one of the three. I would assume that he's been given one of the three mansions in town.
You think if we find him, kill him, and leave his body on some sort of public display, it would sow some seeds of
And like an uprising?
rebellion?
I think it would be the beginning. He's who everybody's afraid of.
Do we check the mansions for him?
I think we ask around to see if there's a way to ask around to find out who's in what house.
Ask around. Let's just go house to house and kill everyone in all of them.
Let's.
No?
Eventually, yes.
Okay.
Hello, I'd like to share the news of our Lord and Savior. My axe in your face!
We could be Mormons.
You all eventually go to sleep throughout your various times. I would like everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. All of you wake the next morning, rested as best as can be. Percy, your entire evening was racked with nightmare after nightmare. Imagery you wish to not recall, whispers and voices, familiar, unfamiliar. Seeing yourself pulled from your physical self into the heart of this banshee, then wrest from death barely, cackling in the distance. I want you to go ahead and mark on your sheet 1 point of corruption.
Oh.
What is that?
What does that even mean?
Oh no.
I don't even know where that
We
is on
could
the
be
sheet.
evil. We could turn evil
As
here.
you wake up,
The longer we're
you
here.
find yourself just racked by those nightmares. A sense of nervousness comes to you, and there's a tremor to your voice now that's uncontrollable. At times of silence, you find yourself impulsively clearing your throat.
Mop.
And with that, we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Ah!
Yay!
You want to all be peasants again? Can we not just disguise ourselves in tattered clothes?
I have a bear.
We could
You wanna
also.
disguise the bear.
Wait, we could just leave the bear behind.
In the house. Yes,
You
that's a
could
wonderful
guard this
plan.
safe house,
Scanlan.
and then we could go find another safe house.
Scanlan.
Scanlan
Alright,
cast the
fine.
spell.
All right, seeming it is. We're all peasants, and he's a donkey,
All
and I'm a
right.
little boy.
You're a little boy, a jovial boy without a yo-yo.
There's a shop that I used to frequent. We can see if that's perhaps been abandoned.
All right.
Yeah.
I want a
Useful there.
crazy eye in my seeming disguise.
Of course, you can.
Just like
I'll give you 2 crazy eyes.
No, I have 2 crazy eyes.
That's an improvement.
Yeah.
That's nice.
The majesty
Feels
of
good.
bardic illusion.
Do you want me to go in?
What if we went to the fields and we asked other peasants how we report to what's his fuck? Kieran.
Have we passed any people?
If you're keeping an eye out for that, yes. In some of the alleyway you do pass, there is a couple that are holding some what looks like either scavenged groceries or some sort of food they are keeping kind of close to themselves.
Can I go talk to them?
You can indeed.
Okay.
I'm gonna come with you.
Okay.
All right, as they're both kind of walking by, kind of keeping a hush, they see you guys kind of sit in the same alley. They stop for a second, kind of looking you over, and give a nod.
Oh, excuse me.
One of those crazy eyes.
My papa sent me to send a present, a gift of sorts to a Sir Kieran. We're just looking to see where we can deliver the gift.
Make a deception check.
Scanlan's forte. Come on.
29.
Blink, blink.
They both kind of stop and
Give good urchin.
the man kind of gives her a look like trying to usher her along, kind of pulling her arm, and she goes, "No, honey, it's just a child." Walks up and kind of leans forward and says, "If you're looking for Sir Carrion, you'll find him in the extravagant abode to the southeast of the city. That's where he stays, near the farming area south of. You're not from here, are you?
No,
We're new to town.
she's blind.
Well, just do what he says. Don't question. All right?
Okay. I just need to bring him this sack of presents because my papa will whip me pretty bad.
TMI.
Then perhaps you could do that quickly."
You're so pretty and clean.
She kind of gives blushes for a second. It's like, you stay safe, and kind of like brushes the hair out of your eyes for a second, and kind of pinches your cheek a little bit.
Thank
And there's a look of sadness in her eyes, almost like, what horrible fate befalls this child? He's not
I
careful.
smack him on the back of the head.
Grandmama,
and
I'm
say,
sorry.
"Let's
I'm
go,
sorry.
boy. Keep up."
She recoils. And
I'm her seeing eye boy.
she rushes back to the side of the man with her. And see, it's fine. Good luck. And they both kind of dart off down the alley again.
Sam Riegel, ladies and gentlemen, played Gavroche in Les Mis. Gavroche, right here. Gavroche.
Sam Riegel, everybody.
On Broadway. Literally.
Oliver Twist.
Consider yourself.
I was ready.
All right, so you make your way southward to probably what's the second largest road intersection in the city, away from the Sun Tree Square. You can now see the Temple to Rathus here, and it is a large stone kind of half dome amphitheater setup. You do see within the dome there's a group of about 4 people that are all sitting, looking up to a man, an older man with a thick white mustache and receding white hair. His gray robes he's wearing look weathered. You recognize him. While you haven't had too much interaction, not being much of a pious man in any form of religion from your history, but you do know Keeper Yenin is the head priest of Arathis here and is currently giving the tail end of a small sermon to those here.
I'm going to just walk up and start a conversation.
Okay, you walk up to me, he sits down. Can I help you?
Do you think there's any hope for Whitestone? You think there'll be a day that people can find happiness again?
I can say this, if history has taught me anything, our people are a resilient bunch. There has been much death, opposition to all the free peoples of these lands, and yet they persevered and surmounted these odds. I fear the cold winter is looming, and an ill omen takes this city, friends. You may stay to give worship if you will, then I recommend you continue on your way. There is little here but dying tradition.
I have a prayer to give.
Interesting.
I pray for a day to come when outside forces can rally the people of Whitestone again. That strangers may come and bring with them salvation, and that the people will seize it.
Speak in strange confidence for a traveler.
Look for signs. Keeper Yanin, look for signs. I'm going to hand him a piece of parchment.
Signs of what, if I might ask?
Salvation. Good day to you, sir.
Act cool, act cool. Everybody act cool. Just act
cool.
cool.
We walk south,
Close your eyes, close your eyes.
He walks out. We leave.
and you know what I've left him.
Yeah. Are you going straight to the supposed homestead of Kyrian Stonefell?
Let's do it!
We're going straight there?
Yeah!
We're going straight there.
All right. It's about a 20-foot walk from the gate entrance to the front step of the actual building itself. How do you want to approach this?
Walk around the back, I think.
As we walk up, I'd like to trail back by Grog in the rain. The killing's gonna start soon. It's not gonna stop. We're gonna protect them. All of them. Yeah, big guy.
Yeah.
It's a little slick, but you make your way to the back of the building. You're still loosely out in the open in a weird way, so you don't want to be out in the open for a long period of time. This isn't a safe place. You're currently apparently made it to this side of the building unnoticed, but you don't want to stay here very long because you are visible to anyone who's on either side of the gate exterior.
I'm going straight to the cellar
Up
door.
against the wall of the building.
Okay.
So we can, like, it's clear, let's go.
We all go.
Dropping in.
You all drop in, darting into, which is good because you notice also around the corner, one of the giants is turning the corner. You all dive inside, close the cellar doors, bringing you to the interior. A small ladder in the corner that seems to lead up to a latched door that leads to the interior of the house.
I
Do
go
your
up the, and I listen at the,
Make a perception check. So you put your ear up to it and kind of listen carefully, and you hear pacing footsteps creaking against wood, no more than maybe 4 feet away from you. Not
Is that one person?
one person. It stops and then moves again, and it moves again, almost like there's pacing, and you hear low voices. It's a conversation. There's 2 voices.
what do you hear?
You hear one voice, very muffled, but it seems to be similar to the voice of the gentleman that came across you guys on the street that actually briefly talked to Percy
Oh
the
shit.
day before.
The old guy with the balding guy.
The balding guy with like the long, stringy gray hair. Conversation, it seems to be between a voice you don't recognize and the gentleman earlier you mentioned. It's basically saying,
With everything that's going on now, it's honestly very frustrating that these people are willing to do their share of the bargain. I myself, I've been doing my best to keep them in order, but at this point in time, I think we need to do another show of strength if we're going to keep them working as hard as we have been.
and the voice kind of calms him down a moment. Says, "Don't worry, we'll keep it under control. At the very least, we should have to be ready, prepared. If what the Lady Briarwood says, we should be having visitors any day now, and I would hate to be caught flat-footed. So, we're going to go ahead and gather our arms. We're going to make sure that we outfit the place the best we can. Traps, alarms, whatever is necessary to make sure that we are not caught off guard."
This is about to be hilarious.
You guys came at just about the right time.
We've got 2 gentlemen up here. 2 gentlemen.
I can start climbing the thing.
I think it's time to start killing. Grog up first.
Places, everyone, places. Grog up before me, and then I go right after
Opening night,
Grog.
and I'm so excited.
Stealth checks all around you.
Oh, but remember, +10, +10. 10.
Send
Plus 10. This shit's getting real.
the Goliath.
That's good. That's good.
So we're stealthing, right?
Yes.
So I pull both of their hands and I
Who's
start,
they?
Grog and Keela.
Okay.
I start pulling them
Hey, you right.
through. That's all right. Out the door, along the hallway towards the voices.
All right.
That's a lot of maps you have down there.
Really? Really? I'm offended and I'm hurt.
As they go,
I look back at Vex and I just go,
I give you the worst evil eye I've ever given anyone.
of them.
Too bad
Two of
one's
them.
going that way and the other's going that way.
as they go, I just quickly I
were
lock
you at
eyes
Cynthia?
with Grog, and I just give him a quick little inspiration. Blood, glorious blood. Grog's about to take some dead dudettes and dudes. Grog's about to make some.
All right, so take a D10 inspiration die.
Good back
So
reference.
the three of you move on ahead. The rest of you, Trinket is unable to.
I know, it's a
Climb.
ladder.
Can I? Trinket, stay.
I smack the back of your head again. And it's hard because I'm angry right now.
Did you have your rings on? Turn it
you know, turn
inside.
the ring down.
Definitely. I'm gonna do it like my
It's the
grandma
mom
used to do
slap,
to me at
exactly.
church.
It's the grandma
Right on the
backhand. Well, pow.
What's the plan?
I put my hand up in the air
Rolos roll out.
and I click my boots together. You feel that adrenaline rush?
I rage.
And I kick the door as hard as I can. Go right in.
The door swings open, both of them, slamming onto the sides of these two bookcases.
What's up?
Immediately, you see behind the desk
All
here,
vampires
standing in
everywhere.
the center.
It's Kiefer Sutherland.
Across the way, you see the older gentleman in his kind of long robes immediately spin his head and see essentially a troop of armed villagers, peasants, dirty faces come rushing in, all fucked up eyes and all. Food! Rushing
We have our
into the room.
pitchforks.
They both turn looking completely caught off guard by this. You do also see in the room there are a few guards that are just kind of waiting off to the side. There's a couch area, there's a fireplace.
Oh, of course. Damn guards.
You guys get a surprise.
Yay.
That's right.
So let's go ahead and roll initiative just to get the order of things here. Now, at the corner of your eye, you turn, and for the first time in 5 years, you see standing behind the desk, Sir Carrion Stonefell. Visually nearly the same as the last day you saw, except for maybe a little bit of white in the sides of the hair. And the moment you see him, there's just this boiling rage from within, just to have that moment of sight.
If you're lucky, you die last.
There's a look of complete confusion as he has no idea who any of you are.
I
You
know.
look like paupers that just literally burst into his office.
All right. Well, I'm gonna run in the room, and then I'll look at the guard behind and to the right of the big guy,
Okay, there?
the good guy, the bad guy. How do you do this?
You got it. You got it. You
Right?
got
It's
this.
on. Okay.
Alrighty. That guy there?
No, this guy.
That guy,
over
okay.
here. And I'll dominate him.
Is
with-
that also a guard?
Yeah, that's
What's
the
a
guard.
guard?
There are 3 guards.
There are 3 guards.
All right, you're going to attempt to dominate
5 people.
person.
So yes, I
Okay.
pull up my hand cone and I say, "You're as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice your boss." And so I tell him to kill his boss.
Oh, that's dope.
What's the DC on that?
19.
Wisdom. You rolled a 17. That's a fail.
Yes!
He is currently dominated by Scanlan.
Cold as ice.
All right, good to know. So he as he pulls his heavy crossbow out, loads it, and aims it towards you. Looks over his shoulder for a second, trains it on his boss.
Yes.
Sir Carrion looking confused by this whole circumstance. Keyleth, Vax, and Vex, take your surprise rounds now.
Hunter's mark.
That was the wrong thing. I can't. I'm gonna hunter's mark him after this first one because it's a bonus
Oh,
action.
yeah.
7. What am I doing? 14, 16, and then plus another d6. So it's basically like hunter's mark, right?
Nobody knows what you're doing.
just watching
So the first arrow does additional
19
lightning
is the
damage.
first one.
Okay, got you.
And then I attack again. I'm gonna hunter's mark him now? Can I do that?
It's just like the
you
crazy
mean if you
cat
use your
lady
bonus
from
action, yes, you
Simpsons.
can.
Okay, I do that.
Eyes going off.
29.
29 does hit, yes.
I'm so confused right now.
Us
10,
too.
11, I know.
Percy, you're up. So, as you go around and fire from the barrel, the shot fires out, and as you recoil, you guys, for those who are noticing off the side, this dark smoke's beginning to slowly pour out of Percy's body, out of his eyes and his ears, and the hand on the gun. There's just this black smoke's beginning to emit from his body and begin to envelop the gun arm.
What?
We all see this?
For those who are paying attention, which right now would be
not
pretty
me.
much just Scanlan and Vex.
Natural 20.
The golden snitch strikes again.
Yeah, you did. See it from here.
Swear it's
The additional d6, by the way.
What?
With the additional d6.
Does the D6 double or does it not double?
All dice roll double.
This is going to be
Modifier.
angry.
Yeah, it is.
Gunslinger warlock.
So,
Pretty good.
Right in front of me.
Pretty
18,
good.
19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 35, 37, 42 points of damage.
Nice.
Of fire damage. 42 points plus, and that's with 5 points of fire damage. 42 points.
Okay. The first blast hits, and you can see the cloak is blown off the shoulder and set aflame. Actually, just kind of burns and cinders in the corner. Sir Carrion looks down and is like, ugh! And he's kind of like looking very, very curiously. The second shot rings out, and at this point now, like the smoke is wreathing your entire arm. The gun isn't even visible. It's just this giant column of smoke. The second shot rings out, this time hitting him in the side of the neck and the shoulder, blowing a chunk off of it. It's part of the bone is now sticking out. It's like, no! It reaches back with his arm and is like with the rapier up, kind of clutching it for a second. It leans over and just looks back over. It's, Ripley!
I'm just
what?
as an action,
Ripley.
as a bonus action, I'm going to remove my hat and I'm going to ask. I'm just going to say, drop it.
Oh, don't
Will
think
this take an action?
To drop the spell, you can do it on your turn.
On your turn. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's next.
Now it becomes Scanlan's turn.
I will run out to the hallway and say, Vex, get inside. And because I know reinforcements are coming, I cast Stinking Cloud out into the hallways.
Okay.
badass.
And I will inspire her as well.
Okay.
Yay.
Do you want to do that?
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, every time, man.
You have to.
Vex be nimble, Vex be quick. Vex jump on the limbo stick. Now you don't know how you're gonna react because Vex has an attack. Oi!
I don't get it.
You take your D10 inspiration. Confused, but accept the inspiration.
Take
Awesome.
5 minutes of that.
A chuckle in the middle of a hearty battle is always worth a little inspiration. That ends the thug's turn. Top of the round, Percy, you're up.
Go, Percy. Go, Percy. Go.
Sharpshooter against Kyrian.
Sir Kyrian, okay.
Taking a third shot with
Alright.
ice. No sharpshooter. Yeah, no sharpshooter. Natural 20.
What?
Percy rolls. Percy rolls. Percy rolls.
It's making up for my gun failing like 4 times.
Whatever you
That's
possessed
true, it did.
Voldemort, just
I
do
know.
it. Smoke arm.
6, 16, 25, 31 points of damage. 31 points of damage with 4 points of that being ice damage.
Okay. So Percy, how do you want to do this?
You said that weird.
I'm going to walk up to him.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way to drop the illusion. That's such a damn shame.
Oh wait, you told me to.
I did.
I
but you
could
didn't.
have. I didn't. Fuck.
Can we do it now for flavor?
That's fine. The mask will do. I'm going to take one last shot. I'm going to look right at him. I'm going to catch his eye. This is for the Drolos. And let me say, you were the one I was least looking forward to.
Oh, that's some cold shit.
With that, the little bit of wreathed magical energy, you can barely make out an expression of horror on the face before the resounding blast sound rocks the room. The actual bullet itself, a trail of black smoke behind it as it impacts the front of Circarian's face. The entirety of his head caving inward while the back just splatters across the scarred wooden wall behind him. The body just slumps to the ground immediately. You guys all kind of glance over at Percy. You don't even see Percy. You just see a humanoid entity made of black, swirling smoke energy with the peaked beak of his mask poking through. With that, you kind of recoil from it, and just the voice echoes in the back of your head going,
I'm going to drop the gun,
you drop it,
remove my mask, run to find something metal, something sharp anywhere on the table, and just start scratching off the name of the gun. And just like, I'm gonna just go to a corner and just start scratching the name off.
Okay. That brings us to Grog.
Percy's having all the fun, and I start smashing that fuck that's looking at Vax.
Right there, okay, so you move up to the table, whoosh, swinging the hammer wide.
Might as well make these great weapon master strikes as well, just for fucking, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you rush up, you can see it's pulled out its mace, and is swinging it a wide arc towards Vax. As soon as you rush up, it looks to you out of the corner of the eye, drops the mace, and before the mace can hit the ground, your hammer actually swings around, hits the mace, and then both your hammer and the mace slam into the side of his head, pushing him down onto the desk. Stunned, blood kind of spatters across the wood. It's just like twitching on the table, already done. And you swing the hammer, lift it up. Like a Gallagher performance. The head just
This is disgusting.
Wow.
Shit.
Happy Halloween, folks.
Vuk is currently looking very,
He's voked.
very. Yeah, he's fucked. All right, is going to cast haste on himself, and is going to run, dropping invisibility, and leaping through that window.
Doesn't the guard get a...
The guard gets an attack of opportunity, and Keyleth does.
But it's
Guard
just my
has advantage
Wait though.
because
Okay.
We got
threes.
it.
No, the guard misses with a mace.
natural 20.
Roll
Yeah,
damage.
with your fire hands?
No, it's with my staff, I'm assuming, right? Unless I guess I wanted to
No,
deck him in the
this
face.
would be with your staff.
Just with my staff.
You just
okay.
whack.
Beat him in the head.
So it's 5, so that's 11. I don't attack a lot. 13 damage.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you smack him at that
I
point,
just kind of clothesline him. I see him running. I'm like, oh!
that brings him exactly to 0. Yep, exactly. You whack him right in the face, knocking the teeth out, and he just falls to the ground,
Oh!
unconscious and bleeding.
Good. Yes.
Nice.
Keep him alive.
All right, that ends his turn. Wow. Man.
And once there's a good gash in the name, I'm just going to sit down and breathe.
Okay. As you finish gashing the name out on the side of the metal and start breathing, you can see the name itself begin to glow with a slight dull purple glow and burn away from the metal, leaving just the scratch marks.
I drop 18 points of healing into Vok.
Okay.
The bags in his throat. You're gonna listen very carefully as my friends ask you some questions.
Now,
Oh, now I feel bad.
I'm a big fan of efficiency, so I'm going to pull this rag out, and you've got about 30 seconds to start talking about something useful. Otherwise, my friend is going to make you about 6 inches shorter.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn your head into a dreidel.
So we're going to start talking now, yes?
Please don't kill me. I can show you a secret entrance into the castle. Look, I can bring you to the project room under the castle. What they're working on.
Project
Please
room.
don't kill me.
Are they
What's
working
the
on
project room?
explosives?
They've been working on something. It's hard to describe. I've only been there once. It's beyond my interests, but it is part of the reason they even took this place.
Those giants, who controls them?
So Lady
We need to
Briarwood
leave a
does.
message.
She's the one who made them.
It's all over the room.
She's the one who made them. Lady
Can I
Briarwood.
propose something to you?
She's a
Yes.
strong one
I like
with
it.
necromancy, she is.
I shove
She
the
has
rag back in his
necromancy.
mouth for a moment.
Mark his face, take his tongue, let him loose.
His eyes too?
No, just his tongue.
His tongue?
Oh, this
Mark
is
his
so
face.
I stick my 2 fingers inside of his nose, crank back on his nose, reach in, and rip his tongue out of his mouth.
I cover Keela's eyes.
Oh, that was a bit more than I was.
Who said take his tongue? That's a
didn't
natural
mean-
20.
Natural 20!
Natural 20 really?
There isn't even a
I'm
slow,
feeling like such a bastard.
There isn't
right
even
now.
a slow scuffle here. You just reach in,
Oh my god!
you immediately jam
so
the cloth back in as the cloth
gets to live.
begins to slowly soak with blood. You hold, a good, like almost a pound of muscle of a now motionless tongue in your hand, and bloodied at its base, and these tears are raining out his face.
Is that good enough for your message?
I take my gun.
Mark his head.
I'm going to shoot it very gently. I'm going to shoot it into the
Gently?
ground. I'm shooting the ground to muffle,
Gently.
to muffle the sound.
Okay.
I'm going to take the heat of it and I'm going to cauterize it,
His tongue?
his tongue, so he doesn't bleed
So
out.
you pull the cloth out.
I'm going to mark his head with the mark with the burnt with the still hot gun.
He starts screaming in pain as you're burning. What are you burning into his head? The symbol of the
Dorolo
Dorolo family.
symbol?
It's a very complicated symbol.
I'm going to do it. And then I say we let him run out the front door and we set fire to the house.
I'm good with that. I got this.
Where are we going after
Whoa,
this?
whoa!
This is my whole thing.
Whoa!
No.
Whoa!
I like that.
I
I
like
like
this
that a
plan,
lot.
You would, though. You would.
Trinket's downstairs. We should leave Trinket.
Alright, we're setting this damn house on fire.
Let's do it.
Alright.
I take the tongueless one and I throw him out. I keep him bound. He's bound amongst the chest and hands, and I throw him out the window.
Run, motherfucker!
Or he falls out.
Leaving him bound.
That was a little.
Right.
Oh, wait.
He falls out into the rain, falling on his side.
Yep.
He's being rained on. He's trying to struggle with his bindings.
He'll get up.
All right.
If we're gonna light this damn house on fire and make it,
Can you
a
do it?
symbol.
I have fire hands.
we're at least gonna make it cool and make it the message that it's supposed to be.
There you go.
I turn into an eagle and I fly to the roof. I cast Flaming Sphere and I start moving it around on the roof and start drawing out the shape of the Dorolo family crest on the roof.
Okay. You now see, as you're finishing the symbol, the Master Vok running to the front of the building, and you hear the voices of 2 guards going like, Master Vok, what happened? Tell us! Unbind him! Yes, sir. And there now the 2 guards that are at the front of the building are currently talking with him. You finish the symbol.
And I take my Flaming Sphere and I throw it right at the feet of where the guards are.
Okay, you're on the ceiling so you don't see them, but you know they're kind of off to the side of the roof, so you can like roll it off the roof down to them. They both freak out and react and seem to get into a defensive position. Start arming themselves. You can hear like crossbow bolts being set into place. You guys are now out in the open. It's still during the day.
Let's go.
The rain pouring down.
Taking-
Running toward the woods? Where are we running?
Fuck out
Let's
of here.
head back to the
You said
back
you're
to
at
the
a
inn.
place.
Let's try the barracks. We're gonna try the barracks.
The barracks are attached to the castle.
Shit. Okay.
Back to the tavern then.
Back to the tavern for now.
They're giving chase. They're hearing the sounds of your footsteps a little bit, but eventually their sounds fade. You do hear in the distance a bell start going off. Ding, ding, ding,
We're gonna
ding,
be
ding,
looking
ding,
for
ding.
We're gonna go into the basement.
You start seeing people emerging from their homes hearing the bell, and you know this just to be a bell, a warning bell for whenever a fire breaks out in the city. You see smoke beginning to rise up, even through the rainstorm. There is, the fire is fighting the rain, but the smoke is black and it's starting to fade. You gather the building itself did not catch fire enough to burn into rubble due to the rain, but you've probably left a very visible mark on the roof.
That'll do.
People begin to gather from the outside, and you see folks running past the alley as you make your way back to the tavern that you currently have as your base of operations. You all make your way in safely from the rain. Take a deep breath and come to understand that you've definitely started the motion of whatever it is you're intending to do. Let's see how it plays out in the near future. We'll call the session there tonight.
Shit got hairy.
That was amazing.
That was dark, you guys. Super dark.
I found 7 gold.
I have a sword now.